What's going on, everybody? C4 here. Welcome back to the channel. Episode 5 of our Madden 21 Philadelphia Eagles franchise is here ahead of Week 14. Very tough game, very important game for us to maintain our lead here on top of the NFC least, and it's against the Saints. And I'm pretty sure they have Drew Brees at quarterback. We're not going to have to worry about Taysom Hill or Jameis Winston. Drew Brees is healthy. He's returned. They are generally an incredibly healthy team. Obviously, Sheldon Rankins is a very good and talented defensive tackle. That is fortunately for us, actually going to miss the game, which should help us establish the run just a little bit better and put a little less pressure on Carson Wentz. But this is still a very good Saints team that is better than what they are. They're more explosive. They're more how we think of the Saints than what they are in real life here in Madden, because Drew Brees is healthy. He's playing pretty well. Alvin Kamara is as dual threat as possible. You got the slants now by a healthy Michael Thomas. That's going to be fun for us to contain. Good luck, Darius Slay. On the defensive side, you got Demario Davis, who's a tackle machine. Malcolm Jenkins, you know he had this game circled on his calendar ever since Philadelphia decided, not going to pay him. Cam Jordan's a superstar X factor that can take games over. Trey Hendrickson has 12 sacks, so breakout year for the third-year man out of Florida Atlantic. They got Jack Rabbit, who's pretty much had a late career resurgence. I'm starting to see, like, Janoris Jenkins with the Saints, and you're seeing it with, like, Xavier Rhodes with the Colts in real life. They're, like, old corners, just change schemes. Give them a fresh start somewhere, and it's like they completely reinvent themselves, and they become a whole different player. So this is going to be a very, very tough matchup. We are coming off back-to-back losses, which is weird. We start, we were 2-2 so far, so it's picking up with the Eagles. Eagles, in real life, obviously we can't tell because this is actually the game they're getting ready to play this week in real life. But, it's, Week 14, Week 15 are tough games. Those are games that I would love to steal away. But the reality of it is, looking at the division, we have a 2-game lead. It's very well going to come down to Week 16 and Week 17. Week 16 on the road against Dallas and Jerryland, and Week 17 at home against the football team. But as things stand, it's kind of like stealing a victory at this point. If we could find a way to beat the Saints, if we could find a way to beat Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals. So with that being said, it's going to be tough. Drew Brees is the kind of quarterback, stylistically in Madden, especially on all Madden, that I struggle against. Quarterbacks that don't hold around the ball too long, they always are throwing the ball out, quick routes, which is what the Saints do, out of the backfield or to Michael Thomas. It is what it is, man. It's gonna be a tough battle. Luckily, we have some reinforcements. We have absolutely dominated with Travis Fulgham. Back-to-back dev trade weeks. We went him from a normal dev when we started this to 4 episodes in, and he's already up to a superstar, which in a ways is how the superstar dev trade, just the dev trade system and scenario system, is supposed to work. When you are dominating games like Travis Fulgham was in real life as we were coming into this franchise, and as he's been able to continue since we've done this franchise, you should get dev traits. And we have luckily been able to achieve them, and I'm excited. I can't remember the last time Philly had a wide receiver that was this promising, and I will say it is hard to try to focus on Travis Fulgham here and what he's achieving in our franchise, knowing just how Phillies shoot themselves in the foot in real life with bringing back Alshon Jeffrey, who's like taking down Fulham snaps by 50%. It's mind-boggling, and I'm starting to buy in a little bit to the conspiracy theory. Tinfoil hat all over here. This is actually not a pink Pit Viper hat. It's a tinfoil hat that Howie Roseman has some sort of pull and leverage with Doug about what players get played, because there's no way Alshon Jeffrey should be out there over Travis Fulgham in real life. In Madden, hey, we're fine. I can use Alshon Jeffrey. But yeah, that's the dev traits there. I don't think we have anything withstanding. Nothing on the defense. I will say the one good thing on the defense is Fletcher Cox is heating up. He is heating up. He is absolutely eating right now. In real life, Philly just released Will Parks. I'm going to hold on to Will Parks. I do not think at this point in time I really want to move on from him. I don't really want Jalen Mills to be starting at strong safety. I mean, I could release Will Parks and then we can get Kevon Wallace more starting reps. But then again, I have Kevon Wallace as our sub linebacker, and he's been solid. He's been pleasantly surprising as our sub linebacker, especially over Jalen Mills. So we will just keep things as is right now, and we're going to rock and roll here. Fully loaded. 8-4 Saints, 5-6-1. I can't believe we tied the Bengals. 5-6-1 Eagles. Let's get into it. right, let's get a good feel how Cam Jordan's side's gonna be. Can we? Ooh, we can attack it. We can attack it. 9 yards. Miles Sanders first run of the game. There's a chance. You need 93 yards. 83 yards. Learn how to do math. 83 yards for 1,000 on the season for Miles Sanders on the line today against the Saints. We got a second and 8 here. Time to air it out. And I do want to utilize our shiny new toy, which is a superstar to have Fulham on the outside. But we're not going to force it. Oh my God, right bumper was open. Right bumper was wide open. Clueless Wentz in the pocket. Carson Wentz right now is in the same situation with the shit's just raining down. And he's out there like a goofy Bible camp kid, like, getting covered in shit. Sack, fumbled. I think it was Demario Davis with Cam Jordan on the fumble recovery. Excellent opening field position for the Saints. Defense needs to bail us out. God, that was terrible.
Bruh.
Oh, and there's first plays a slants to Michael Thomas for a touchdown. Gotta be a long game, I feel like. Oh, there we go. That's a big run. Big run, Miles Sanders, 17 yards. Covered sack. No one got separation. It's oddly like the Philadelphia Eagles in real life. Get Fulham going there a little bit. Quick. If they're using slants, we can use slants to get some momentum for offense. Get some rhythm going. 15-yard gain, setting up 3rd and 9. We'll go verticals dig. I'll try to maybe get Rager. With Booby in pass pro. Let's see. Who wants to get open? Jalen Rager. That looks good. The ball's good. That was very risky. But luckily, Carson Wentz with enough throw power to get it there to Jalen Rager. The rookie at TCU moves the chains. I got 3rd and 4. Field goal range-ish. I'm liking Rager. I feel like this could be the game that I get some confidence going with. Doug Peterson would go for this. Doug Peterson would go for this. I try keep it realistic. Doug Peterson would 100%. 4th and 2 on the 32 would go for this at home. Alshon! Back-to-back turnovers. That's a good TFL there. Rodney McLeod going to Emmanuel Sanders. 3rd and 9, a chance to get off the field. We'll go 3rd and 9. I like go zones. Still in zones here. Gamble. Just gamble. They're going to go with 13 at the top of the screen. Avonte Maddox, who's been, I'd hate to say it, with Darius Slay there. Oh, my God. Our best corner. Check down to Alvin Kamara. Is good for the Saints offense. 11 yards after the catch. Come on. We got there. We applied pressure. Still able to complete the pass. Old man Brees is still pretty damn good. And I feel like he's going to have at least 400 on our defense right now, the way that we're playing. Let's see if we can get some penetration here in the backfield. He spins out. TJ Edwards to limit to only 3 yards. All right, Drew Brees just has his X factor enabled, which is not what we're looking for. But it's, man, the quick passes. I don't know. Like, from a man standpoint, we just can't match up with them personnel-wise well. I mean, that's where we're going to have to live. We're going to have to apply pressure and hope the old man makes a couple bad throws, which, again, easy. Jared Cook touchdown.
That's terrible.
All right, missed tackle for loss, and this game's fucking over. And it's not even the second quarter yet. Hey, I'm doing my best to represent the Eagles in real life, I suppose, right? I'm doing my job. Okay. All right, Dick Rod. Some yards here. And I believe with that interception now, Carson Wentz is sitting at 19 touchdowns thrown, 20 interceptions this year. Just coming full circle to becoming Jameis Winston. 3rd and 12. We've had actually some luck on 3rd and longs, hitting these screen pass dump offs to Miles Sanders. Attaboy. Good old Keller Obi Coleman. I cannot wait for that guy to be off the team. Can't wait for the offseason, honestly, at this point. Alvin Kamara sneaks in for the 1-yard touchdown after, yet again, another turnover from the Eagles offense. Defense, I mean, we're not even giving them a chance. Another 3 and out from the Eagles offense. I think it's better than a turnover. At least we can punt it away and help the Saints pad their stats a little bit. Help Drew Brees, give him an extra 40, 50 yards before he throws another touchdown. Oh, we almost get there on the sack. Let's see how this ends up. Oh, Will Parks just gets his ankles broke. Sensational. Hey, Duke Riley with the TFL finally. The first time all game we've got the Saints offense to go backwards, even if it's only a yard or two. Third and goal, a chance to get a very small victory and get off the field not giving up a touchdown. Oh, we get pressure there. Hey, the pressure came. I think that's what we're going to do, man. At this point, the game's a shit show. Let's just overcommit, all-out blitz. See if we can get an injury or two that can turn this game on its head. We hold no field goal. That's a win for the defense. A win for the Eagles team. Boom. There we go. Fulham. Oh, that's a great route. A great route. Just getting enough separation. Travis Fulham again. That chemistry between him and Wentz. Looking good. It's looking real good. Great job, JP. Great job. Hall of Famer Jason Peters blocking right there. Here we go. Dallas Goedert, middle of the field. I mean, we're in 4-down territory. If he didn't get the first down there, it should be... Oh, thanks, he did. Very nice. 3rd and 5, coming out from the 2-minute warning. Now I'm in a spot where I don't really know. I kind of want to help out Jake Elliott's stats a little bit because his field goal percentage is garbage. But also... I want to score. And there's Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, another player that I would have drafted if I was running the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's kick it. Get some points. Don't get shut out, you know? Avoid the shutout. Let's go. This might be the only offensive highlight we get all game. 53-yarder. We got 6 wind here for Jake the Snake Elliott. That is as perfect of a kick as you can get. Dead center. 3 points, Eagles. Fans are on their feet.
Be the greatest. Everybody knows my name. Shit, I'ma have this whole fucking game list sitting with the same wit, and I'm gonna be
Darius Slade, diving interception. That's what we needed. That is exactly what we needed. 2nd pick of the year. Out of nowhere, we get a highlight reel play. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Carson Wentz. Oh, I thought we gave it back to him. Carson Wentz in one play. Almost gave it right back to them with a safety. Could Alabama beat this Eagles team? Sack. Hey, look at that. Should have been a fumble. But Jalen Mills on the safety blitz. Back-to-back drives. The defenses came up big. And this is as realistic of a game as I could get that mirrors the 2020 Eagles. Defense doing enough, even though they've given up 30 points. They're doing enough, and then you look at the other side of the ball, and we're lucky to get a first down. I think that was Malcolm Jenkins. Fucking unreal. Just sailed it. There's the hat trick for Alvin Kamara after yet again another Philadelphia Eagles turnover. Oh shit! If I was able just to cut it, a little bit left there, that might have been a big time play. 3rd and 2. Boston Scott subbing in. I actually adjusted the auto subs here to get a little bit more realistic for the Eagles running back by committee. And hey, I like Boston Scott as much as the next Eagle fan. I want to get him touches here in this series as well. And he's showing right there what he can do. 8 yards on his first carry of the game. Oh, that was a good block. Actually, a solid block by Isaac Seumalo. Miles Sanders up to the Saints 3. Okay, we got Boston Scott here. We're going to try to keep this one on the ground. Even though I would like to get a touchdown back for Wentz through the air. Let's just start putting some points up. And Boston Scott is in. I don't think they would have his signature weird little dancing robot thing. The Jabberwockies dance. But hey, we got a touchdown. And it's officially not a garbage shutout. Field goal and stuff, that's pretty much a shutout. At least we got a touchdown. Oh my God, Jalen Mills, a blitz machine. Second sack of the game. 5th on the year. He's kind of like Mike Hilton of the Steelers a little bit. We held him. Give the ball back to the offense here. We're going to have an immaculate fourth quarter comeback. Pick and a one-arm stiff arm on Jason Kelsey. That was a hell of a play, actually, though. I thought I for sure had got it right there. Soft coverage in the middle. That's actually very good anticipation from Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Add him to the list. With deep right DK Metcalf. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson might be right there over the last couple years of drafting. Okay, this is 4th touchdown, and he just got groped by Derek Barnett. Pulling him. Just gotta keep doing more harm than good. We're pulling. Let's give Jalen Hurts a couple reps here. Because it is what it is. Gotta help his trade value or whatever the hell we end up doing at quarterback. Let's see what Hurts can do. It's a slant. It's an easy pass. We'll go to Jalen Reagor. And it's a 15-yard face mask on it. The Saints are pissed that Carson Wentz got pulled, so they might not get any more interceptions. So you're seeing it in their tackling form right there. Okay. Well, Jalen Hurts can execute a mean slants play. Good run, Miles Sanders up to the 1. Let's give him a touchdown. Let's keep him out here. Can we block it up? Nice. It does. Hey, here we go. He's gone. He's gone. 14 yards on the ground. Jalen Hurts in garbage time. See, that's another thing. We've got to be very well aware of time and place of the game, the optics of it. It's garbage time. So it's not like he's super impressive against a Saints team that's trying to win, trying to get a stand. They're just trying to get out injury-free. Here we go. Dallas Goedert, pretty soft in the middle of the field, but Hurts makes the throw. The spin move. The spin move from Miles Sanders, absolute filth. He gets his 2nd touchdown of the game. Seeing all the things that Alvin Kamara's doing for the Saints definitely has some motivation here for Miles Sanders to remind everyone, he's ascending. He's trying to get to that tier. And even though the Eagles' offense abysmal today, he's a hell of a player. So that's a 3-game losing streak. Things are not good for Philadelphia right now. As you can see here, Carson Wentz 3 picks on the day. Jalen Hurts looked good. It was in garbage time, but the way that I see it, as long as we are still first place in the NFC, Carson Wentz is our quarterback. If it comes, last game of the season or something like that, and we're out of it, then I would go Jalen Hurts. But it doesn't really look like that's how it's going to play out. It looks like those last 2 games against Dallas, against Washington are going to be for the division, and I'm not going to give up on Carson Wentz just yet. But if there's a scenario somehow, some way, depending on how things sim out here, that the final week's meaningless in terms of record, we're already out of playoff contention, yeah, I'll play Jalen Hurts. I'll give him the entire game to start. But as it stands right now, we'll just, do something like we did today. If things get ugly for Wentz, the game's out of reach. Anytime anything gets out of reach, we'll see what Jalen Hurts can do. Running the ball, huge game there for Miles Sanders. 138 yards, 2 touchdowns. The 4 touchdowns to Alvin Kamara was certainly less than ideal, but focusing more on our team. 7 for 90 for the rookie Jalen Reagor. That's a good performance. 557 for Goddard. 53 yards there for Fulham. He must be real close to 1,000. I didn't get a notification that he broke the 1,000 mark, but he must be getting close. 9 tackles, 2 TFLs for Rodney McLeod. We had 2 sacks for Jalen Mills, of course. An insane diving interception from Darius Slay, but that is still a very, very bad loss. 44-24 against Drew Brees, Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas. That will do it for this episode, fellas. Loss. I don't want to say expected loss, but knowing that Drew Brees, if anyone else but Drew Brees was quarterback, like Jameis Winston or Taysom Hill, maybe that was a win. But, you know, that's pretty much on par. If you're looking at real life, the injury timeline for Drew Brees, he might very well be back that Week 14 game, and we got smoked. We got absolutely smoked, and Week 15 doesn't get any easier. Got Brandon Graham wants to stop the losing streak. I guess we could just talk about that now, not wait till the next episode. Losing is brutal. 3 losses in a row. Looking at what needs to be better, honestly, I'm not going to call it the secondary after, I think it's the linebackers. I'm not going to call it the secondary after easily the best play from that game on either side of the ball was a diving interception from Darius Slay. I'm going to say the linebackers need to do better. I'm not seeing any linebackers. They just let Alvin Kamara get 4 touchdowns. There's not a lot of resistance there. So we'll see if we can help out the linebackers core. Now we only need to hold them to 50 yards rushing or less. And it's just Kyler Murray who's most likely going to hit that in the first half. But that'll be it, fellas, for the episode. 5-7-1. We leave you looking at the rest of the division. Washington football team starting to gain a little bit of momentum there. I think everyone else in the East won this week. So that's awesome. The time might help us. Honestly, when all is said and done, looking at Arizona, like I'm going to be, if we're doing predictions here, and I know my play, I'm saying that we're going to lose. I don't want to say that because it seems like I might be trying to lose, but I'm going to say we're probably going to lose Week 15. Probably going to win Week 16, and I have no idea what's going on. Like that Week 17 game against Washington could be for the playoffs. Winner goes to the playoffs. Loser ends up with a top 10 pick. So is there really a loser in that scenario? I'm personally fine with, if we find a way to lose all 3 of these games and have a higher draft pick so that I can maybe get Micah Parsons or Jamar Chase, I'm fine with that. And also, I want to win. Philly isn't winning in real life, so the only way that I can have positive things happen is with Philly and Madden. So if I can find a way to go 3-0 and we go on a little bit of a playoff run, a little bit of Cinderella run, awesome. That is my main goal. But at least there's silver linings in this. And hopefully, what day's today? Today's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm going to probably shoot for Sunday to have this Week 15 game against Arizona. Out to you guys, the episode 6 of the Eagles franchise. I really do want to pick up the pace. So we're going to do it, man. That's what we're going to do. So thank you guys for watching. As always, your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Smash the like button if you enjoyed. The likes, the thumbs up, they cost you nothing. And they very, very much so help my YouTube channel. And I appreciate everyone that does so. And I'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Peace out.